Welcome everybody, another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takayo, Siddle. I'm your host, Mike Vaccaro. Coming up today, we'll recap the home opener for UNCW, a road test at Ole Miss as well, and we'll also introduce you to one of the assistant coaches, Kanaski. Also ahead, our player of the week, and we'll talk about two of the last three remaining non-conference games in the schedule for UNCW. As we bring in Coach now and talk about that home opener. Coach, we talked about it last week. You knew it was going to be a different setting, not the typical Trask Coliseum environment, but I know you were happy to be at home for the first time.
Yeah, it was good to be home. And, our guys were able to sleep in their own bed. And, when you do that, it makes you a little more comfortable. I thought we came out, we played with great energy. We got the job done, and everybody got a chance to play, and I was pleased with our effort.
You go into this game, too, knowing that you didn't have Jalen Sims. Decide to rest him a little bit, tweaked an ankle against ECU, but it gave you a chance to see some other guys at different positions. What'd you like from that standpoint?
I loved it. We're not always going to have our best player. I hope that we do. But we learned how to play without him and still get the job done. And it gave guys the opportunity to get some extended minutes and play some different positions. So I think it worked out.
And going into a game like this, an opponent like St. Andrews, not to take anything away from them, but it was a game that's more about you. You wanted to concentrate on yourself, see some different things, and try some different combinations out there as well.
Yeah, I thought we were able to tighten up some things, on both ends of the floor. I wanted to work on our zone, and our presses got better. I thought our offense got better, running in transition. So I got to see some different lineups. So it was a good game for us to work on ourselves.
And that pressing trap was really unbelievable. I know you use it a lot against East Carolina to come from behind and take the lead there, and you used it more here. Is that something you want to continue to do as you start to get more personnel available?
Yeah, that's part of who we are, and I want to press. I talked about that a long time ago. I want to press. That's who we are. That's what we believe in. As we start to get our numbers back and get more comfortable in the press, we'll start trapping and running and jumping a little bit more.
You look at some of the key guys in this game as well. Jake Boggs really playing really well right now and had a good game against St. Andrews. What do you continue to like about him and his game right now?
Yeah, he's doing it both inside and out. In that St. Andrews game, he broke the game open where he hit some threes. But he attacked the rim. He got some transition lobs. He got some dunks in the half court. He's rebounding really well. So he's playing with a lot of energy. So he's doing a lot of things that I like right now.
Well, one of just a few home games of the non-conference slate for UNCW, the Seahawks against St. Andrews inside Trask Coliseum. Let's take a look now at our Harris Teeter highlights.
An air ball defended well by Bowen. The rebound, Okaru ahead to Bowen. Bowen lays it in off the glass. This time Okaru to Jenkins, 2-on-1, lobbing it to Boggs, and Boggs on the other end will slam it through. Boggs comes over the basketball. Left side, Okaru right back to Boggs. Boggs a dunk in transition and gets fouled as well. The left hand lost it going up. Good defense by Drummond, but right there is Dodd. And again, Dodd with a one-handed line left. Clay trying to get it in. Has to throw in the backcourt. Okaru sniffs it out. Steals, spins, drive, jams. Like Okaru. Line Boggs. He'll drive it in. Boggs with a one-handed jam. Him. Left to Gaston. Feet set for another three, and this one is on it. From the left corner for Ty Gadsden. Dribbling, gives it off to Tofri across the floor. Gadsden, he wants a third one. He's got it.
When he feels it.
Karu across the floor to Bowen. Bowen kicks it out to Harvey. Harvey will try his hand at three, and it's on it. Knocked away, recovers, gets the left baseline, spins to the paint. Tracks a D, kicks it out to Okaru, leans in, and the floater is good for Michael Okaru into the backcourt. Drummond recovers. Finds a cutter in Bowen. Bowen lays it off the glass. Didn't somehow, some way to watch this game here this evening. Gadsden sets his feet and knocks in another three. It's Bowen, the handoff to Bridget, drives baseline. Reverse layup is good. Boy, he's smooth at times. He's got a great mind for the game, this Joe Bridget. Looking for Thompson. Instead, they keep it out front. Williams, your sideline for Harbison, it's stolen by Tofri. Tofri on the break again. Tofri will not fumble it this time. He'll jam it through instead. Hanson goes down. Where's your options after that? So see what happens as Bridget rattles in a three from the right corner. Nice feed from Jenkins. Into Dodd. Now Dodd, another dunk in traffic. The rebound, the outlet pass to Tofri, brings it down your sideline, lobbing it to Boggs. Boggs finishes on the other end. 100 once again. Bridget drives, right corner Boggs. Boggs three is good, so he can hammer it home on the alley-oop dunk, and then he can step back.
Well, you see the final score there, 116-66, a 50-point win for UNCW. They scored 62 points in the first half, nearing a school record. And Coach, also 60% shooting in this game. So, scoring a lot of points, but doing it at a high level as well.
Yeah, our defense created a lot of our offense. We were able to get some steals in the press. We were able to get some steals in the half court, get some stops, and we were able to run in transition. I think that really busted the game wide open.
Yeah, 38 points off of turnovers here in this game. Again, a lot of that created with the press, and then also 40 rebounds. And it's a guard-heavy team, but it's the guards getting the rebounds right now.
Yeah, we have to have we call it gang rebounding. It's got to be a gang rebounding effort every night for us because we do play a smaller lineup. So rebounding is something that we're focused on, and we got to continue to get better at it.
25 for Jake Boggs, lead the way. 22 for Ty Gaston in this game. And Joe Pridgeon, a double-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds. Got the toughness chain off of this game as well.
Yeah, that toughness chain, it goes to the guy who gets the most 50-50 balls, the most deflections, the most steals, offensive rebounds, the guy who does all the dirty work. So we chart that stuff, and at the end of the game, whoever, after a win, whoever led us in those categories will get the chain and keep it until the next game.
So there you go. Joe Pridgeon, the Holy Cross transfer, just a second game. Again, a double-double and the toughness chain to go along with it. We'll take our first break. When we get back, we'll recap the trip to Oxford, Mississippi for UNCW. The Seahawks taking on Ole Miss for the very first time. We'll have those highlights next.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including 1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Right now is the perfect time to buy gifts for your family and friends with gift cards from Harris Teeter. Because when you do, you earn 2 times the fuel points. Buy $200 in gift cards and get 400 fuel points. You save 40 cents per gallon. Buy $500 in gift cards and get 1,000 fuel points. That's $1 off per gallon. This Christmas, buy your gift cards at Harris Teeter and save big at the pump.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, again, UNCW, the home opener. After that, back on the road. UNCW and Ole Miss Saturday in Oxford, Mississippi. Coach, obviously, going from St. Andrews to Ole Miss, you knew the talent level was going to go up and the size as well. And I thought early on, especially in the first half, the size difference was a little bit of a factor.
Yeah, it was one of those situations in the first half where we were trying to fill them out. And, after we figured that we could play with them, our guys started to loosen up a little bit more, towards the second half. And we started to settle in and do some really good things.
Yeah, Jalen Sims didn't score in the first half. He had all his points in the second half, though. And I know you talked to him about being that marked man now, being the guy at the top of the scouting report, the way his season has started.
Yeah, with Jalen being a marked man, we talked about him making quicker moves and being more aggressive and being more physical and being more play ready. They're out there shooting right now, and I wanted to, I told him to speed his shot up. Everything's got to be quicker and more efficient with him because he is a marked man. He's at the top of everybody's scout report, so he's going to have to make quicker moves.
Ty Gaston, a nice game coming off the bench, your leading scorer in this game, and he just plays with such a high energy, not just offensively, but defensively as well. And again, when you have a healthy Ty Gaston, certainly this team is much better.
Yeah, he adds an element to our team that we need. He spaces the floor out. He's a really good three-point shooter. He can put it on the floor and get to the paint and make some plays. He's a really good defender like you talked about, so he can create some offense with his defense. So I love the energy and effort he's playing with right now.
Yeah, again, a very good game in this one. UNCW once again on the road and taking on Ole Miss for the very first time. Let's take a look now at the Reese Jewelers highlights here from the Pavilion at Oxford.
Mike Carr, NBA 3 on the way, nothing but net. The Florida transfer is going to pull it with a hand in his face. Looks for a screen right side from Bowen. Double team from Romello White. Gaston had to pull on a late shot clock 3. It was nothing but net.
Left in the basketball game.
Steal and the finish from Makaru. He's a tough player, John. I've enjoyed watching him today.
Very good player.
Foley gets into the lane, has it stripped. That's another turnover for the Rebels. Here comes UNCW. Gaston feeds it to Pridgeon. Chance to complete the three-point play. There, that's a deep throw to Akaru in the corner. Has a hand in his face, lets the three fly, and it goes straight down. Sims kicks it over to Boggs. He's going to slam it home. Good little highlight for UNCW.
Well, you see the final score there, 78-58. The difference really was in the first half as a 20-point margin at halftime. But, Coach, again, you play them even. As we talked the other day, no moral victories for this team, but to go to the SEC and play this team even in the second half, and they kept their starters in there, their main guys in there the entire second half as well. That's got to be a plus and maybe a confidence booster as well for your kids.
It is. We don't do moral victories, but, in a loss, you try to look at it a little bit deeper and see the things that you did do well. And so I wanted to point that out to our guys. We were outmanned. They were bigger than us. They were more athletic than us. They were deeper than us. But one thing that we did for about 25 to 28 minutes is that we fought really, really hard. And we competed really, really hard. And I think from a program standpoint, we took a step forward because I can't speak for the previous years, but to go in there and compete like we did and fight like we did, I think we took a step forward.
And you're seeing that. Games that you've been down this season, there's no give up on this team. And it was easy to roll over in this game, maybe lose by 30, lose by 40 points, who knows, but you stayed right in there and fought to the very end.
They did, and I think they're starting to buy in because they see how good that we can be. If we can put together 40 minutes the same way that we played the 28 minutes I just talked about, we can be a really special team. So they're starting to see it a little bit. We just got to keep pounding the rock, and we'll get to where we need to get to.
Again, Ty Gaston, leading scorer with 16 off the bench. 15 for Michael Karu. Had a nice game, 6 of 11 shooting for him. Made all 3 threes that he took. And then 13 for Jalen Sims. All those coming in the second half as he made some adjustments in that second frame. So, again, 78-58. A tough setback for the Seahawks. Now 3-3 on this young season. We'll take another break here. On the other side, we'll introduce you to Kurt Kanaski, one of the assistant coaches here at UNCW. That profile is next.
Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Bay windows, got two. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
Right now is the perfect time to buy gifts for your family and friends with gift cards from Harris Teeter. Because when you do, you earn 2 times the fuel points. Buy $200 in gift cards and get 400 fuel points. You save 40 cents per gallon. Buy $500 in gift cards and get 1,000 fuel points. That's $1 off per gallon. This Christmas, buy your gift cards at Harris Teeter and save big at the pump.
Keep your eyes on the Monster Angus Thick Burger. With sizzling bacon and 2 1/3-pound Angus beef patties. The Monster is your daddy now. The Monster Angus Thick Burger at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
You can't know someone has COVID-19 just by looking at them. But you should know that everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
Welcome back, everybody. The Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takayo Siddle. I'm your host, Mike Vaccaro, and today we're introducing you to Kirk Kanaski. Last week, Travis Hackert, a guy that had a connection here to UNCW on the staff previously. Kirk Kanaski, coach, he's a guy that you didn't have a necessarily connection with, but I like the hire here, somebody who's been a head coach and certainly somebody who's a big plus to have on this staff.
Yeah, he does so many things for me. He's a calming presence for me. He's somebody that I can lean on with every situation that comes up with the job during the game. And me and Kurt, we've gotten to know each other over the last 4 years through a mutual friend. And, he's been really good for me and somebody that I can lean on.
Yeah, why, again, you knew him from a mutual friend. Why was it important to have him on your staff?
Just because he's done it before. Somebody that I knew he was going to be loyal to me and somebody that I could really lean on. With this being my first head coaching job, I thought that was important for me to have somebody like him on my staff.
As we talked last week, your staff, you kind of have coordinators when it comes to getting ready for games. I know Travis Hackert, your offensive coordinator. What is Kanaski?
He's the defensive coordinator, so he's responsible for the other team's offense and how we're going to defend them. And he does a really, really good job with that.
As we talked about in the radio show, again, what you're learning about being a head coach during a game and walking up and down those sidelines, how much do you lean on him during an actual game and kind of look for his input, whatever's going on?
Yeah, I lean on all of those guys a lot, especially in their areas. But Kurt's one of those guys. He's going to sit back and be calm, until you ask him something. But if it's something that he really needs to tell you, he'll tell you. But I lean on him, but he kind of lets me do my thing.
All right. Well, again, here's a profile on the man, Kirk Kanaski, one of the assistant coaches here at UNCW.
I'm Kirk Kanaski, assistant basketball coach at UNCW. I think it's a tremendous opportunity for me to be here. I think Coach Siddle is a breath of fresh air because not only is he a great person, but he's grounded. He cares about the players more than anything else and has their best interests at heart. Very knowledgeable, very personable, no ego. So it's really been a pleasure to work with Coach and the entire staff. I was very fortunate to get into this business after playing at LaSalle University for Coach Paul Westhead, who went on to fame by winning a world championship with the Lakers. And he coached Loyola Marymount when they scored all the points and had an unbelievable run in the NCAA tournament. Then when I got cut by the Warriors, I had an opportunity to join Bill Foster's staff at the University of South Carolina. He had just left Duke, where he went to 2 straight Final Fours, and he was really the best mentor I could have had. He really was an integral part of every aspect of the program. Nothing was too small, no detail was too insignificant, and he really was a great foundation for me to develop a coaching philosophy. I knew when I got cut by the Warriors that I had to get on with life, and I knew I wanted to get an MBA, maybe law school. And after 1 year at USC with Coach Foster, we had a coach become a head coach at Jacksonville University, and I had an opportunity to get into coaching full-time, and I've never looked back and thought it was a great decision. I think UNCW has unbelievable potential. We're a great school academically, we're in a great location, our opportunity to win the conference is very good. We've won more conference championships in the last decade than anyone else. And it's all about players. And I think everybody gets into this business because of the players. And when you're all said and done, it's not about wins and losses. It's watching a guy come in as a freshman who may be insecure, unsure of himself, doesn't talk much, and to see them leave as a senior when they're very confident, you have to tell them really to be quiet when you couldn't get them to talk as a freshman. I think that's great to be part of that growth, experience, maturity, and that's why all of us really get into the business, because of relationships, and we hope to develop great relationships here while winning conference championships.
Even though we can't have everyone gathered, we found new ways to make each occasion special. We're keeping your gifting experience both safe and personal through Reads.com, answering all your questions and guiding you to the perfect present, just like we have for over 70 years. Family always finds a way to celebrate life's moments together, no matter what. You won't just shop with confidence at Reed's Jewelers and Reads.com. You'll feel like family.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. To help you do it right, we're giving you 90 days payment deferment and 1,000 trade assist cash on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That's on top of what your eligible trade is worth. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Now get F-150 with up to $11,000 in total savings, including 1,000 trade assist on top of your eligible trade-in, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Welcome back to today's show, everybody. Time now for this week's Logan Holmes Play of the Week, and we go back to the St. Andrews game and one of the consistent players, the point guard Mike Okaru, providing us our Play of the Week.
Line left, Clay trying to get it in, has to throw in the backcourt. Okaru sniffs it out, steals, spins, drive, jams! Mike Okaru. So Randy Hernandez talking with Keith Fogelman and said, listen, I was trying to call a timeout, but they could not get it. And instead it's a turnover as we take a look at Okaru.
Once again, that's our Logan Holmes Play of the Week, courtesy of Mike Okaru. Time now for the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week, and we're going to stick with Mike here, the senior, the point guard. Coach, going into the year, you thought maybe Shaquem Phillips was going to be the point guard. He's still on the shelf right now, and Mike just continues to do a nice job and doing a lot of things. You look at the stat sheet after a game, and he's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I mean, he just does it all for this team.
He does. With his size, he's able to do a lot of different things, especially from that position, with his size playing the point guard spot. He can see over the defense and make plays for his teammates. He can get in there and rebound a little bit. He can finish at the rim. He can shoot over top of smaller guys. The one thing that he's doing at a high level is he's playing extremely hard for the entire game. And I love that about him. He never gets tired, so I can play him for 40 minutes if I need to.
Yeah, he's the only Seahawk to play and start every game so far this season as well. And break down his point guard play, because maybe that's not always necessarily a natural position for him, but he's doing a nice job there.
Yeah, he's running the team. When we need to get into a set, he can run the team. He's being a really good leader right now. He's being more vocal than we've ever seen him before. And at that position, he has to be an extension of me. So he's doing a really good job leading the team and getting us in spots that we need to get to on both ends of the floor. He's passing it at a high level, he's scoring it at a high level, he's rebounding, and he's setting the tone along with Ty Gaston in our press too. So doing a lot of really good things.
Yeah, really flourishing in his second year here at UNCW. The Florida transfer, Mike Okaru, the senior, is this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. We'll take our final break. On the other side, we'll preview what's ahead for UNCW. 2 more road games for the Seahawks, and we'll have those coming up next.
Okay. She's the one, and you know it. At Reeds.com, we're making it easy to find the perfect ring from home. With helpful advice from our online jewelry experts, safe and discreet shipping, and beautiful ring packaging, you'll be confident the moment will be as perfect for her as she is for you. As a trusted jeweler for over 70 years, Reed's Jewelers will be here to make both of you feel like family. Long after she says yes.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
Did you wake up craving a made-from-scratch biscuit topped with tender prime rib and a fried egg? How about now? The new prime rib and fried egg biscuit at Hardee's. Feed your happiness.
You can't know someone has COVID-19 just by looking at them. But you should know that everyone who wears a mask has a reason to fight it. Whatever your reason, get behind the mask.
Well, we're bringing back to wrap up this week's show, and we're looking ahead. It's our schedule delivered by Papa John's, looking ahead for UNCW on Friday on the road at Norfolk State. That game now at 4 o'clock. And then is a 1 o'clock tip on Monday in Bowie's Creek, UNCW to take on another rival in Campbell University. But Coach, let's start talking about Norfolk State here, a team that's off to a pretty good start. They're 3-2 on the season. They've got wins against James Madison in the league, also Hampton, also Radford as well. So certainly a tough test. Again, back out on the road for UNCW.
A really good basketball team, and that coach does a great job, like I mentioned before. You know, he's been there for 8 years, and all 8 years he's had 11 or more conference wins. He's a really good coach. They do a really good job. They're really organized. Offensively, they're really, really good. Have a couple preseason all-league guys on their team. So we're going to have our hands full. It's going to be a challenge for us, but I'm looking forward to it.
Looking at their stats, you know, they don't average as much as UNCW does scoring-wise. Does it tell you that if you can push the tempo like you want to do, it could give you an advantage?
Yeah, we absolutely want to force tempo. They want to run their sets in the half court, and we want to disrupt that. And we want to press the heck out of them and make them uncomfortable and make them go to a shortened package. They're really efficient on the offensive end if you let them run their sets. So we do want to force tempo and make it an up-tempo game.
Typically tough to go on the road when you have environments with fans there. You don't have fans here, so is it an advantage from the standpoint of keeping your kids together and letting them bond again on the road like they do?
I don't know if it's an advantage or not, but the one thing I can say about my group is that wherever we played at, those guys have come out and just competed and not worried about who's in the stands and whatnot. But you know, I don't know if it's an advantage or not, but we're going to go up there and try to play a 40-minute game and get the job done.
Again, that game Friday, 4 o'clock, UNCW on the road at Norfolk State. Then Monday, it's Campbell University. So again, Coach, you just stay on the road here. Not many home contests for you guys. You're the road warriors here early on this season.
I think it's good for us to be able to go on the road and try to build some road toughness, as I like to call it, and you know, get a little uncomfortable not playing at home. I think it'll be good for us as we transition into March with the conference tournament. So I'm looking forward to the game on Friday, and then we'll reset and get ready for Campbell next week.
And we'll have both those games for you on 95.9 The Breeze, also on 959thebreeze.com as well. Well, for Coach, I'm Mike Vaccaro, Jeremy Sullivan, our producer as well. Thanks for joining us here today, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takayo Siddle.